This is an Eye on Annapolis bonus podcast.
All right, I'm going to be honest here. This is take two with Anthony Henry from the Annapolis Town Center, and I totally screwed this up when we sat down a week ago, and I must not have pushed some button, but I'm looking here and I see that I register my voice, I'm registering your voice, and I thank you for your patience and your understanding of coming back. But we're sitting here outside of Gordon Biersch on yet another lovely fall day. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me again.
Oh, man.
Always.
I apologize.
Don't apologize. Things happen.
We wanted to catch up. I mean, we talked with some of the merchants at the town center last holiday season. As we run into a holiday season, the town center is always one that comes to mind. It's one of the central shopping districts of the area to sit there and see. As I was driving in today, I noticed that you've got 2/3 of a Christmas tree up. So that's like...
It's getting there.
That's yeah, the poles are getting wrapped and everything else. So it is starting to, pardon the cliche, but look a little bit like the holidays here. And you guys just came off of a incredible Halloween. You, at the last minute, as everybody does in COVID, pivoted and went with some outdoor movies. You had, 2 or 3 weekends of outdoor movies with an outdoor bar. You sat in your car, you watched some scary movies, and you had a drive-through haunted house, if you will.
Yes.
So
it was a great experience. So 2 weekends of our Fright Nights event, all sold out, and the experience was incredible. I mean, it was thrilling. I mean, the overwhelming response from the community, and just having the ability to create something that people can come and enjoy during these times was amazing to see.
Well, I talked to several people that had gone, and unfortunately I was planning to go, but my schedule ultimately, because they had a rain day on Thursday and we had to double up and just didn't work with the schedule. But I talked to several people that went, and they just said it was just awesome to get out. Not that, they had been itching for years to see one of the movies. But it was just so awesome to get out, even though you were socially distant in your cars. There was a beer garden nearby that you could get a beverage. You had the driveway, the haunted Fright Night, which was a great distraction. And you guys really are pretty good with attractions, distractions, and everything else. You're known for the summer concert series, which last made its appearance in 2019, unfortunately.
Virtually this year, actually.
Yes, it was. You did 14 nights, I believe it was, wasn't it?
Tunes for the Town, from the town, where we partnered with AM/FM radio, AM/FM,
right.
The organization, and raised well over $20,000.
That was phenomenal. AM/FM does such good work in town for the artists and musicians, and you guys are very artist friendly. I mean, you obviously have some tenants that are art-based. You've got the Get Drunk, Drink Wine, and Paint, but it's got a fancier name than that.
Muse Paint Bar,
yes. Yeah, but that's, that's what, not to get drunk, but I mean, and you've had murals painted here. You've got a wonderful mural on the steps leading up to Cooper's Hawk. Jeff Huntington, I believe, did.
That is correct.
It's I messed it up last time. It's a egret.
It's a great egret, yes.
Okay. And if you haven't seen it, go check that out. That's pretty neat. You guys will be standing right in front of the staircase to really get the thing. And there's there's a little circle on the ground that tells you where to stand to get the best view.
A couple of footsteps that gives you the best perspective of the egret.
Right. And, back when COVID first hit, you did a fundraiser. You had the children make decorations for the frontline heroes, and that was in the windows. And you're constantly doing something to bring the community in here. I'm thinking back to last Christmas, and I'd like to get into this a little bit this year, but last Christmas, last holiday, you had a wonderful Santa and a wonderful Santa's workshop, and it was just a real magical time here. And this year, obviously, you have some challenges with COVID and keeping people apart, and obviously, the elephant in the room is that there's some businesses that have unfortunately gone out of business, and that's certainly not unique to the Annapolis Town Center. You go anywhere and there's change, but you also have some really exciting news, and you've got some new people coming in, which is really kind of exciting.
That is correct. So I think we are open for the holidays at the Town Center. We're excited to, announce our Safer Santa experience. Reservations are live now on visitatc.com. But this year, Santa is going to look a little bit different. You won't be able to actually sit on his lap or sit on the same bench, but we will have a socially distant photo experience where you can still visit Santa in person while following all the CDC guidelines and making it safe for the families. But also we're having an opportunity for those to book a virtual experience with Santa. So if you feel that you are not quite ready to come in person, well, you can do it through a virtual Zoom call with Santa.
You know what? This seems to be perfect for the parents of those kids that sit on Santa's lap that absolutely lose their mind.
That is correct.
do it on your iPad.
Yes.
Save the trauma. It's great.
So giving it all, everyone, every type of opportunity to be able to enjoy the magic of the holiday season here at the Town Center, which I'm very excited to do.
And it's nice to see the stores starting to get into it. And I'll cut you a little bit of a break because it is November. Okay, so we are getting into the holiday season, but I know you retail guys, it's like, okay, it's 4th of July's over, bring in the Christmas tree.
It's all about, I guess, preparation.
It is no easy feat to set up an individual store, or certainly a complex, a center like this, right, to be welcoming there. Can we talk a little bit about the new stores that are coming in that will be here? I know I'm kind of excited about Nothing Bundt Cakes.
That is correct.
Which is there. You've got a Taste of New Orleans. You've got Paint Nail Bar. Which is coming in. You have just recently opened from the Great Gatherings. You've got Offenbacher's.
Offenbacher.
And the one I'm really looking forward to is True Food Kitchen.
That is correct.
Which was announced, I guess, last summer? No, just before COVID.
Just before COVID, it was announced, and they're expected to open spring of 2021.
Okay.
Very excited. So they're currently...
And if you go by, you can hear hammers and stuff inside.
Yes,
so
you can. And they're opening. Very excited. Very fresh. And I believe you said you've eaten there before.
I have not. Obviously not at one in the Town Center because then I'd be eating out of a brown paper bag. But in the one in Bethesda, is right around the corner from my daughter's apartment, and we've been there a number of different times. It's great, real heavy, sort of in the. I'll say, the vegans and the vegetarians are going to absolutely love it. The burgers are great. They're locally sourced. They're and the staff is friendly. And it's a reasonable price. It's not you walk out and it's not a McDonald's. I mean, you're not going to order a Happy Meal, but you're going to.
But you will have a Happy Meal.
Yes, you will. And I'm excited to see what they do. And I know in Bethesda they have some outdoor dining. They've got a lot of really wide sidewalks. So I don't know. Are they planning outdoor dining here?
We're planning to do a hybrid. Yes.
Okay.
So there will be a covered outdoor patio.
Was that part of the plan originally?
That was, yes.
Yeah, okay, because I know that they were outside and inside in Bethesda as well. That's just sort of on that whole restaurant row.
That is correct.
So that's really exciting. And I know when that was announced, a lot of people really lost their mind going, oh my gosh, this is great. We need to really up the food game in this town. And we have over the years. I mean, 15 years ago, this town was a food, I don't know whether desert's the right word, but we had a lot of very good mediocre restaurants, which was fine, right. But we've got a lot of variety now that's come in. We've got a lot of higher end, really good stuff. I think True Food Kitchen is going to be a great addition to that. I think Neo Pizza is it's a pizza joint that sells beer and wine.
Yeah, they're really good craft beers.
Is great.
Yeah.
Cooper's Hawk, again, that's a very small chain, I believe, right?
They're national, but they have quite a few restaurants, Chicago-based, but they also have really good menu items, great service, and wonderful wine.
Yeah,
part of their wine club.
They do. I mean, they totally built their business around the wine club, and it's brilliant as I look at their business plan.
I'm a wine club member.
And you've got Ziki up there, right around the corner from there. That's, I believe you said that's one of your favorite places.
It's one of my favorite places. Yes.
Do you have an open tab there?
I do. You can go up there and just say my name.
I'm a friend of Anthony.
Yes.
That'll actually get me somewhere?
That probably will. Tell Kelly I said hello.
Well, that's, and the other thing that I really like about that what you guys have done is you really changed up the outdoor spaces. Okay, when the summer concert series were here in the summer, you put a stage at one end of the road, closed the road down, and people just sort of jammed in the middle, and that was fine. You had you bring your But you've really changed up the spaces. Everybody was jammed in the middle there. And now as I go down Town Center Boulevard, I sit there and I see, all these little, I'll call them little conversation pits or seating areas, which is good. Take a break from shopping for the residents that live here, because you do have a number of residents that live in the apartments and the condos up on the, third, fourth through 8th or 9th or 10th floors. And it really just does make it a town center. So I think that's a really good a good way. It makes it welcoming. Certainly I'm not going to be sitting out there in the pouring rain or when it's 2 degrees out, but you're always changing things.
Yeah, I think that, the goal when Trademark took over was to really create a unique atmosphere, a walkable, strolling boulevard where people can come and enjoy and really have this be a one-stop shop. We have our Whole Foods, we have our Target, we have our boutique tenants on our boutique boulevard, Alamo, Lulu, South Moon Under, and we have our home furnishings. But with that, we also wanted these conversation pits or enhanced outdoor seating where people can enjoy, maybe sit by the fire pit, sit on the green near P.F. Chang's, and enjoy the sun. In fact, over the summertime,
I've done it with a cup of coffee from Baltimore Coffee and Tea.
You've done it with on the Adirondack chairs, right?
Yep.
We also gave out blankets to the residents for them to enjoy while they're laying on the grass. Branded ATC blankets.
That's interesting.
We also have this, what I like to call the wine garden, or our garden, where over the summer, every Thursday, we had an event called Vinyls and Vino. We actually are having our last one tonight, where we had a DJ and we partnered with Vintage Views, and they would do specialty cocktails, and people would come out and enjoy, listen to music, and sip their drinks. So really wanted to give an opportunity for people to just come out here and just enjoy the town.
It really does. And you guys have, you're changing up different things. I saw that you've got construction down at the other end, down by P.F. Chang's a little bit. And, it's constantly, things are constantly evolving. What's going on down there?
So we are introducing what I like to call our Paseo. So Paseo it's a fancy word for throughway or corridor. But basically, we wanted to give opportunity for our guests and visitors to have an easier way to access the retail stores on the east end of the project. So we do have a parking structure across from Target behind Grandview. People can park their vehicles and where the Tesla charging stations are. And they can park there and then walk right through the Paseo, which next year will have newly enhanced valet and also introducing a concierge service for the property, which I'm excited about.
Well, the concierge service for the property, is that strictly for the residents that are living here, or is that for shoppers? Or
It is for
patrons?
all the above. It is for all the above. So whether you would like to utilize them the retailers would like to utilize them for curbside pickup, or bell cart runs, or dog walking, or in-office dining for our office tenants. I mean, it's the whole gamut. Basically, what you would experience at a 5-star hotel, more like the Ritz, is the services that we will offer here at the Town Center.
So you're getting fancy.
We are. Paseo.
Well, then okay. So you've got a Paseo. Well, why did we drop the E off of Town Center and flip the R and the E off of Center there? That was pretty fancy when it first came out.
Yes, thanks for noticing.
Centre.
Thanks for noticing. It's all part of our new branding. So along with the enhanced common area seating and the Paseo, the concierge, we also rebranded, which is part of our redevelopment project that would be launching next year, but provided new colors, a new logo, and the classic Annapolis Town Center spelling.
Not the old English.
Not the old
English. Any updates on, you've got other new places coming in?
So
that you couldn't tell me without killing me first, or something like that, or not really?
Yeah, definitely. I'll talk about the some new tenants that are coming in. We've really been focusing on our pop-up program that has been enhanced over the last several months.
Well, I know here a pop-up shop has been here a couple times, and that's what they do. They just sort of travel around and show up.
That is correct.
And I know that you had the Arts Alliance pop-up for a period. And
we have one called Sit, Stay, Play, which is a doggy treat, animal treats pop-up.
Ooh, how long is that going to be here? My daughter's coming up for Thanksgiving.
Well, that'll be here through the end of December.
Ooh, okay.
Which is exciting. You should go check them out. They're located right next to Muse Paint Bar. And then we also just opened up Scout and Molly's pop-up. They opened late October, so they'll be here through the end of December. And that's located right next to Baltimore Coffee and Tea.
Okay.
Both of those are women-owned. And we also have announced a pop-up called Beautifully Wild Boutique.
Beautifully Wild?
Boutique, yes. They're all apparel, women's apparel. And they'll be popping up the weekend of November 28th, right next to Santa's Cottage, which is also women-owned.
That's cool. Now, just out of curiosity, I mean, you've been in the retail business for quite a while. I mean, this is your career. I mean, are pop-ups they're fairly new concept. I mean, I never would have heard of them 10, 15 years ago. And I know they started like a lot in the big cities and whatnot. Are they, is that a good thing for a retail? I mean, I personally like it because it's like, oh, wow, I didn't know they were here. Oh, wow, check this new place out. Oh, wow. And it gives a sense of urgency to go in and, provided I like their stuff. Okay, I'm not going into some, women's shop and buying clothes for myself, but I may buy for a gift. But to me as a consumer, it really sort of says, hey, I want to come here and I want to check out and see if there's anything new, and then go in and check out the places that are new. Is it a good business thing for retailers to have pop-ups like that, or is it? Because I mean, obviously, you're not locked somebody in for a 10-year lease, which is obviously real nice because then you've got a reasonable expectation that there's going to be rent coming in at the first of the month, but. Now you've got 3 months.
Well, pop-ups are incredible. It gives the center variety. It gives more opportunity and more of a diverse feel to what we already have here at the project. I think for the owner of the pop-up, it gives them an opportunity to kind of test out the brick and mortar market. As you know, e-commerce it hurts most retailer business, sure. Right? And we understand that, right? What's important is that us as a landlord can give an opportunity to independent owner A and say, hey, we'll be happy to have you here for a couple months. Come and try out the market.
Well, as a business owner, that's a real tough. You're looking at this 20-page document and it says, starting today and ending in 10 years. I'm taking bets whether I'm going to be alive in 10 years, much less. Being able to rent a place. So, I mean, it's a big thing. So, I mean, you're doing a real good service for, the local communities, the startups. And I know that there's a place up in Baltimore called Our House, which is a sort of a food collaborative. And they rent out full-blown little kitchen spaces for different concepts. So if somebody wants to say, okay, I've got an Ethiopian concept. I want to see if it resonates with the Baltimore community. They can come in there and they can do it for 6 months. And everybody has the same kitchen for the most part. And it's wonderful. It's to sort of test it out and see if you've got the mettle to be a retailer another way to get your stuff out as opposed to when you're just starting out. Getting online and getting noticed online is difficult, and certainly having a retail presence is a much better way to do it with, the sign. I mean, I happen to notice the Scout and Molly sign was actually it changed a little bit. It's now hanging straight out as opposed to against the flat of the wall. So it's interesting. I love that you've done that, and supported the arts community too as well. Wasn't the Annapolis Art Guild? It was the Maryland Federation of Art. I think had their pop up last year.
Yes, Annapolis Art Alliance.
Oh, okay, got the wrong word. And, but you guys have been a real good supporter of the arts, certainly music that comes to mind, and bringing here what you did with AM/FM this summer.
That's correct.
It's, a good neighbor. I remember back when it was just the white sails and like the old abandoned Sears. So it's kind of nice to see what we have here.
Yeah, we've been going through a major transformation, and I think number one, first and foremost, is just creating relationships and being here for the community, because we all need that right now.
We need a lot of community, just not just here in Annapolis, but pretty much in the greater world. We just need to come together a little bit and just be a little bit nicer to one another, and smile and say hello go a long way.
That's correct.
To do that. You do have some big stores coming in, but you can't tell me, right? At this point. And I get that.
Not right now.
I get that.
But
there is some stuff on the...
There's some stuff on the horizon.
And it's exciting stuff.
Exciting food and beverage concepts that's coming here soon.
Is it a new food and beverage concept?
It is.
Okay. Does it exist anywhere else? I'm going to find this out. I'm going to go to Reddit and ask them, and they'll figure it out.
Ooh. Let me know what you find.
Well, again, like I say, you've got some great, unique dining experiences here. And you've had some that have left. I mean, Paladar closed down. My girlfriend really loved Paladar. And again, can't fault anybody for that in this particular situation with COVID. But certainly you've got P.F. Chang's, you've got Cooper's Hawk, you've got Ziki, you've got Neo Pizza. Two choices of coffee, I guess. If you want to count the one up in Target, you've got a Starbucks up at Target, you've got Baltimore Coffee and Tea Company.
Right. We have Giolitti's.
Oh, yep, that's right. I forgot to been across the way. You've got Zoe's. Nothing Bundt Cake is coming in. I'm very interested to see that. And then this Taste of New Orleans, which is another one that I'm very interested in because I love Creole food and Cajun food, to see how that goes. So it's exciting. And you've got several different partners that you have, if you will. I mean, you've got a residential manager that handles the residence end of this thing, and then over on we'll say the far side, or the wrong side of the tracks, I don't know, the other side of the
right
town
side
center.
We're all family.
But over by, you've got Mission Barbecue, and that's where the Taste of New Orleans, I think, is going in near there, isn't it? Or
the Taste of New Orleans is going to go right next to Zoe's.
Okay.
Which is also going to be right next to Nothing Bundt Cake.
Okay.
And then the other side, yes, we have Mission Barbecue and BGR and Einstein Bagels.
BGR has a decent burger.
They do.
They really do. People have asked me that number. What's the best burger in town? And hands down, I would say the Ebb Tide Tavern, but they closed. And as far as a non-bar burger, my money's on BGR.
It's a strong burger.
It really is. And they've got some good variations and whatnot there as well. And, there's a lot of stuff that's over on that side. And again, that's a sort of a separate ownership, but you work together.
Yes. So Greenberg Gibbons manages that parcel, those two parcels of the town center, but it's all considered one. So they're great partners. I love working with them. And I think we both Trademark and Greenberg have great things in mind for this whole project.
Well, it's come a long way. You guys are how old now? 12, 11?
12 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
It seemed like it took like 20 to build it. And 12 just goes just like that. It's
12 years goes by really fast. Yeah.
It's right. What do you have? Are you looking forward to spring or events and what's changes that we see looking into spring and summer? And I know that all of that is sort of predicated on something that we have no control over.
Yeah. So it all depends on COVID, I guess. But we've done a great job at activating this space in a safe way, as we've earlier discussed about like Fright Nights and our toot from the town. But we are looking for a very unique event schedule for 2021.
When will we maybe hear about that? And after the new year?
Around January, February. I think we'll be starting in February.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the holiday season, which is just starting. This is like the lawnmower. This is like the first 3 pulls on the string. The trees are starting to go up and the decorations on the poles, and the merchants are starting to decorate their stores. And it's always a very magical place during the holidays. I know one of my favorite pictures was of the Christmas tree lighting ceremony when everything, it's down there at the end of Town Center Boulevard, and all the lights of it's a very attractive center to photograph. And I'm looking forward to that. And certainly if your Halloween is any indication, I think that you're getting ready to take another swing and a hit for Christmas to knock it out of the ballpark with a virtual Santa and a real Santa. And my daughter's going to be thrilled about the pop-up puppy store.
Yeah, it's exciting. And we also have a huge event coming up for Small Business Saturday on the 28th, where we are doing what we are calling our holiday stroll, which is basically a very safe holiday event. Walkable down the boulevard. We'll have tenants will bring out their merchandise to the sidewalks, and we'll have a Christmas tree lot. We'll have live music. We'll have wreath making workshops, and I guess what we will call a sports garden for those who would like to watch some football while everyone else is doing their shopping.
Getting all the angles.
Yeah, getting all the angles. So really want to make this a place where people can come and enjoy and feel safe and have fun and just make memories, because that's the biggest thing for me.
Well, a lot of your tenants, and you mentioned Small Business Saturday, and that's an initiative that was started by American Express probably about 10 years ago or so. And what it is it's all about supporting the small businesses that are in your town, wherever that is across the world. And small businesses, as anybody that knows me and I in Annapolis knows, really starts on a main street, and it's really the lifeblood of what we've got. And there are some national brands here at the Annapolis Town Center, but the majority of it is locally owned or regionally owned small businesses. And getting out and supporting these guys is just so paramount, especially this year. And I mean, if you can possibly avoid going on to anything.com and, park here. Okay, parking is free, not just for a couple months, during the holiday seasons. It is plentiful.
Right.
We've got a big lot right here adjacent to Gordon Biersch. There's garages. There's one across the street. There's two main garages. There's actually three garages, right?
3 garages.
I think there's one I've never been in, the one that sort of backs on the backside by the banks.
There's a couple lots back there and a couple parking structures. We have plentiful parking.
And it's free, and most of it is covered. So even if you've got bad weather, you can turn around and get into the Target lot and get into the Target without going outside. You can typically get around the corner and get to some of the stores as well. And, again, the regional and the local stores, you've got Smythe Jewelers, which is here, and they're a Baltimore-based. They've got several stores, but they're a Baltimore-based business. Baltimore Coffee and Tea Company. You've got Neo Pizza that's in there. And so it's just so important to get out and really, really support these guys. Offenbachers is also a regionally owned.
That's correct.
They've got 3 stores, I think. They've got one in Montgomery County, Northern Virginia, and I think here.
That is correct.
So that's good. And I'm not sure how big True Food Kitchen is, but
quite a few
restaurants
around the country.
But, nothing Bundt Cakes. Those guys have been in touch with me. They've asked, and they said, we're so excited. We can't wait. And,
that's awesome.
Get that UNO permit and open it up and start baking. So it'll be great.
Yeah.
Anthony Henning, who is the general manager of the Annapolis Town Center, thank you. You want to check out everything that's going on here. You are on Instagram and Facebook. You can search for the Annapolis Town Center. No E and no RE anymore. You want to go to visitatc.com, and that has a really great calendar of upcoming events, upcoming entertainment. You can find out exactly what stores are here. You can link to them, find out their hours, their openings and specials. And, you do an awful lot of things with the stores as far as the, sidewalk sales I know you've had. And you've done a great job since you guys wrestled into this, about 2 years ago?
That'll be 2 years as of September.
Done a great job. You can certainly see the difference in what it was. And certainly, really sort of hit it out of the ballpark with COVID as best anybody could. So I wish you the best for the holiday season. I will be here. When are you going to do the Christmas tree or the tree lighting? Are you going to do or is that just going to light one night?
We are planning to do a smaller tree lighting ceremony on November 21st.
Okay. So that's just before Thanksgiving, right?
Right before Thanksgiving, correct.
I've got to look fantastic. Anything else that we need to know?
I'll say thank you for having me.
Again.
And we welcome anyone to the Town Center over this holiday season. We're very excited and to have you here and to enjoy this magical season with us.
And when you go up to Zeke, you say that you're a friend of Anthony.
Yes.
And then you'll
put them on my tab.
roll it on his tab. Anthony Henry, thank you very much. Once again, visit atc.com is the place that you want to go. Get out, support your small businesses, whether it be on Small Business Saturday, whether it be on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. It doesn't matter. Get out there, support the small businesses. And if you haven't been to the Annapolis Town Center in a while, come check it out and see how magical it is for the holidays.
Thank you.
This has been a bonus podcast from Eye on Annapolis. Please visit us at eyeonannapolis.net. Follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. And if you haven't subscribed to the Daily News Brief podcast, go for it. And all of your local news will be delivered to your phone, tablet, or smart device by 6 a.m. every Monday through Friday.